All right. So you guys get along pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you known each other?
Oh, probably since
1999.
Yeah.
1999.
Mm-hmm.
So the year after you started.
Yeah, we met in welding school.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Okay.
I was a couple. I was a year old above you.
Yeah.
So I'd been in it for a year, and he came in, and we had some common friends that, even though we seen each other in the welding, we had some friends that we'd hang out and do homework and stuff after school.
Matter of fact, you were living with Berg, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So his apartment's where I met my wife.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You guys are like,
Yeah.
seriously. So his apartment. So your wife was living with him?
Yeah. No.
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 She was in the apartment upstairs.
Yeah, she lived in the same building, and his roommate's girlfriend was roommates with my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then they said, hey, there's this guy you need to meet. And
Yeah.
I made a terrible first impression, and it took a while to make up for that.
Yeah.
But I heard welders are like really rough wildcat guys in college.
They
Yeah.
can be.
No doubt about it.
Don't put that in the video.
No, we're just having a good time.
Oh.
So, when it comes to this company, you guys are like the lifeblood of the company.
Yeah.
Everybody looks to you guys for, guidance and direction and what's going on. How
Yeah.
do you maintain that with 50 employees? Because they seem to like you.
I think the main thing is that Chad and I, we feel ourselves not necessarily as owners. We're just part of the team. And so, we work with the guys. We have to do our part so they keep having work in front of them.
Yeah.
Chad and I do a lot of the same things, the estimating, some drafting, problem solving. Problem solving is 90% of what we do. And so if there's an issue somewhere on a project, we help with our foremans and try to figure out how to resolve those problems.
Yeah.
So you guys actually go down and work on the machines themselves?
Yeah, in fact, one of the things, we still consider ourselves maybe the foreman or even the welder on the job, because when we started running projects, like in '04, '05, and we were really young, and so we were working foremans for a long time, and just because we've do a little bit different of a job, we still consider ourselves part of the team, which we are, and I think we always try to tie in our foremans and even employees. It's nothing for us to go onto a job and talk to maybe the most insignificant guy on the crew, if there is one, because everyone's important.
Yeah, you really don't
But
want
I don't.
somebody there insignificant.
No, but maybe he's just a helper or whatever, and we'll still talk to him just the same as anyone else, and treat him like a person and part of the team, and it makes us feel like the team too. We don't put ourselves on a pedestal,
So when you guys are talking to the customers, do you guys both interact with the customers? How does that work, and how do you build your relationships with them?
Yeah, for sure. I think we both, we kind of split up duties, and so there's a lot of customers that I deal with most of the time, and there's a lot of companies that Chad deals with most of the time. But we do our best to make sure we can cross those paths as well. So I know the customers that Chad works for, he knows the customers that I do most of the work for, and that way, no matter, even if the customer has an issue with me, they've got somebody else they can go to and talk about that. And so I think it helps that, like I said, we do the same thing. We do split up duties, and so we have certain places that we deal with more often than the other person. But we can cross those paths, and if somebody's gone for a while, the other one can jump in, fill those shoes.
Excellent. So how did you guys come up with your slogan?
My dad come up with it. It was always important to him to make sure the customer's happy, no matter what it took. Whether we had to go, work longer hours to get the job done, or hire more people, whatever we had to do. At the end of the day, or the end of the job, the customer has to be happy, and so basically whatever need they had was important to us, and he just came up with it.
Your need is our priority, which, by the way, is pretty clever. I've
Mhm.
never heard one like that. Sometimes you get copycats.
Mhm.
And I like harmonicas.
Yeah,
So,
that's
my cell phone is,
Yeah.
now that your cell phone went off, we better check.
I
Check.
got mine on silent.
All right.
So check that when we're in. We don't have anything.
Okay.
I don't know any other story of where it started. I mean, it may have been put together before you came work
It was,
here.
yeah. I think it was all part, it was involved with the Tom's Metal Enterprises.
Yep.
So what's
So,
your favorite job you've ever worked on?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a hard one. We did a fun one this last year where it was a brand new building. We got to build a lot of the equipment, the conveyors, dryers, ducting. So basically, everything inside of this brand new room has our name on it, and it was a really large project, and a lot of fun to work on. And so it's one of them that will be around my whole life. Every time I walk in there, it'll be something that I can be proud of and know that we had a big part of.
mhm.
In fact, I noticed that when I'm working with people that are craftsmen, especially where they use their hands and it's a craft, not everybody can do it. They're really proud of, when they get back, they actually look at that and go, wow, this is
Yep.
what I created. You guys still get that feeling?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard to pin one project down, but we built a lot of decks at, can I say there?
You say anything you want, because I can cut it out.
All right, so we built a lot of platforms and decks and things for different companies up and down the valley, but when you see it designed and you help them come up with the concept on 3D drawing, and you might have to change a lot of things in the design stage and move stairways here and there, but when you see it get built and it looks just like that 3D model, and every time you walk by that deck from now on, you remember and you're proud of that, being a part of getting that together, especially if everything worked great, and customers happy again.
Well, I think Chad would agree with me, and that's what makes a good craftsman and that's what makes this job
Oh,
fun,
yeah.
is the fact that when you build something and it leaves here or it's installed, it's something that you're super proud of, and it's something you want to show off, and that's what makes it's gratifying. The work we do is gratifying.
Mhm.
I like that. And then, why would somebody want to use industrial metal? What sets you apart from your competitors?
We're the best.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it goes along with your need is our priority. I think our main goal is to make sure our customers are happy with what we do. We'll do everything in our power to make sure that it turns out not necessarily the cheapest, but they get the best value. So they get a good quality product. They get a good quality product at the best price we can give them.
Mhm. And I think too is honesty. Like we're never going to try to pull the wool over your eyes and sneak in underlying charges just because there's a change order or whatever, and we're up front. We don't hide nothing on projects, and I think that that's a good quality as well. If you lie about stuff, it's hard to remember what the lie was. And so the best way to, as painful as it may be, to tell the truth that, hey, we're struggling with this part of the project, or this or that, it's better just to be upfront and tell them whether it's good or bad, what's happening.
It's always easier to deliver good news, right?
It's really easy to deliver good news. It's not so much fun to deliver bad news. Hey, that part that you wanted, it's not going to be here for 2 weeks. Just things like that. But you can't lie to them, because it just starts snowballing after that.
So honesty. My dad used to say, that was quick. It rang, phone rang. So, there it is. Wait for it to do it again. So he used to say, do what you say and say what you do.
Well, you can't turn it down.
We might have to unplug it. But
We could. Whoops, I'm hooked. No, it's not. You're going to have to do it.
Oh, you're tied to the chair.
I'm tied to the chair.
I'm glad you remember that.
Have to do it from the
He
wall.
must have been causing problems, huh?
And the dog just kind of evolved. Yeah, so my dad used to say, you know, say what you do and do what you say.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Is that kind of a little bit of your philosophy, or is that,
Yeah, I think so. If we're not doing what we say we're gonna do, you know, we're in the wrong business.
yeah.
So, and I think that's key. I mean, I've dealt with contractors in the, what would you call it, housing industry. Yeah, we'll be there on Monday, and they don't show up. So you call them. Oh, you know, we had something come up. They tell you another lie. We'll be there tomorrow, and they don't show up. There's nothing more frustrating than hiring a contractor to do something, and they don't do what they say they're going to do. And we strive to never be that contractor. If we say we're going to do something or we're going to be there, we're going to be there, and we're going to do our best to get the job done.
You guys did a great job of creating the good old boy atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
which means people probably feel comfortable walking anywhere on your property,
Mm-hmm.
walking up to you saying, hey, and you know who they are, you call them by name.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys do that on purpose, or is it just because you've been raised in it? Is everybody like that within the company?
I think my one of the main things that got me here and kept me here was the fact that it was a small